Onto hook. No,
Also remember that Wesker has big radius.
Well, I literally see him. Go see, not that way. Come on, I had 2 people. Nobody wants to play. Nobody wants to chess. Nobody wants to chess. Bubba's chess is all about. Bubba's chess is all about. I love chess. It's a very sad chess. Look at him. He's very sad. He's untouched, unloved, except by me. I do give some breads from my chest. I love you, chest. I really do. Ah, Nimsy! Hello! Oh no, it's Mason TV. There we go. How you doing, Nimsy? Also, very cool team mode slash into cooks. Gives me an idea for my. Hold on. Oh, what the? Okay, just came in and got shot. I was not ready for that. Okay. Thank you for getting me shot, Nimsy. How y'all doing? Welcome, everyone. I am a Sago. Imp. The very cool layer of hair in section 5. God damn it. No. I'm dying. Again. Wow. Oh shit! Oh crap! Ah! Quit that. Okay, that's getting. Holy shit. Okay. All time. Nice. Oh. My chest. My chest. My chest. My chest. My chest. My. Person there. Cancel! Stop doing that. Go, Grandpa, or go, Dad. Oh hi. Beat him up. Execute. Oh, Windows, what are you doing? No, execute. Really? Okay. He just jumps out the window. Okay. First kill. He just jumps out the fucking window. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Knocking on my door.
Oh, hi.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Calvin.
Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, you.
No. Watch stream. You're all going on hook.
Oh no. Jokes on you.
Oh no.
Topaz there. Now Dark Flame.
Oh, he's just making a hook pile, right?
Hook pile.
Haha, I'm awkwardly
Hold on. I have to get it all set up. I'm gonna lock myself in. Ghosty goes behind, that way you can see everybody. And now we get Dark Flame.
Look at me just here. Just like,
Revolving hooks.
hello there.
Going out hooks. Fable, are you entertained? Let me give Fable a shout out. Yeah, you can go like turkeys on the hook. Oh, hello! Hat spawned right on me! Goodbye! Somebody clip that if you can.
Hey.
you a drink. Unless you're trying to argue that I'm a glass of water. Oh, shit. Anyways.
Oh, Wizzo, Howie! Wizzo, no, you're falling behind!
Yeah, no, bye.
Yes, Miss Crangy over here. Kill him, because he's a big threat. Oh yeah, we're just gonna leave Crangy right there. And now she's a good distraction. She's useful, but very annoying. Rock it for me. Good job, Crangy. Good job. Alrighty. Well, we did Path of Pain, hardest part. Well, second hardest part. There's one thing harder that I've never done. What the fuck? Those legs are not rigged right.
Don't talk about my legs.
You're a goddamn spider monkey.
Don't talk about my legs. I'm very sensitive. Look at George over here. George is the last person that spoke about my legs.
Yep.
Look at him.
Yep. Don't talk about his legs or he looks like George. Because he's gonna come back if he knows what he's doing. He's gonna come back and he's gonna get me. Then, if I wasn't wounded, I'm gonna try to be funny. I do a dance. Oh, okay. Did I please my master daddy pyramid head? Yes. I must poke. Hold on, come here, I must poke you. Must touch the ass. Oh, come here. Oh, stand still. Oh, scared. Okay. Well, fine, we'll go. Beat my ass. Alrighty, greetings everyone. How are we today? Actually, one sec. Fuck. Hold on. Let me see here. Not coming. Alright, how are we today? Actually, I don't have any. I forgot music today. One second. That I do need to go in and edit ads because I need to make sure they're not pissing people off because I hate ads so fucking much. And everybody else hates them too. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Boop. There we go. Good enough. So hopefully it's not too loud. Let me see. We check the audio. Looks like it should be on acceptable levels. We should be good. Okay, so greetings everyone. We're gonna do some pixel heart. And we are going to do. So this Saturday, there is Mario's 40th anniversary. Now, say I told about Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo in their current state. But, there are a few things. One, I wanted to draw a big lady. Two, it's because of the Mario anniversary, so we're going to make a giant Peach. You know, there's not a James, but there's going to be a giant Peach. Alright, so let's, I'm just going to hop right on into it. But actually, let me check out a little bit. So, it's kind of strange. I've been looking around about, what the hell is it? I've been back and forth debating on coming back to streaming consistently. However, the more I see, except on YouTube, it's really weird with YouTube. But it seems as time goes on, as streaming gets more and more competitive. It gets harder and harder to be discovered because of bloat and just the flooding of multitude of things. I don't know. I really don't know. But then again, as I say before, when I first started streaming, my main point to streaming was it was a bit of a nostalgia for old Let's Plays and such. I didn't actually expect... Oh, excuse me. I didn't actually expect to really get anywhere with it, because I already knew that, you know, guy on the internet that games was already an overused and dead thing, with very few exceptions. Ooh, hold on, I got something stuck in my mouth. Ooh, damn, what the hell's that? Ooh. Switch some water around. But it was mainly for my own fun, and I did enjoy it. It's just I started stopping because I couldn't really keep a consistent schedule at all. I was not consistent whatsoever. And so, let's see. But, I don't know, I might be considering it, but I say that all the fucking time, though. You can't really rely on me saying that. So, but regardless, let's go ahead and we're gonna hop in to a game. Or not a game. Not a game. Some art. Ba ba ba. Blah blah blah. I should be a little bigger. I need to adjust that. Be a little bit bigger. There we go. Maybe a little... that should be good enough here. Alright, so... Now this is a doodle I did on paper. I also have an actual reference of the model that I based this off of. Actually, one second. Let me check Kick to make sure it's not a damn bot. What the fuck? Oh, where's Kick? Hold up. 1 second. Because they are a menace over there. Yeah, of course. It's a fucking bot. Oh, give me. I'm sorry I do this midstream, everybody. I'm tired of this. Hello, Elk. Hello, lovely. How are we today, Elk? Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead. Security. No, that's not it. Where is... I could have sworn there is a... Unfiltered... spam. What? Wait, what the fuck? Why is spam... Why is spam not... Hold on. There we go. A bad word is viewers. I banned viewers. Actually, let me see here. I do have to put down maximum due to Twitch TOS. I think we should be... We'll see on there. But hello, how are we, Elk? How are we, lovely? I hope you're doing good today. I know you're not dealing with the animals for a little bit now, but I hope it's doing good. Alright, I think I got that set on Kick. Yeah, the bots are fucking relentless on Kick. Alright, I think we're good. I think we got everything. Let me just get back to my channel over on Kick. Got up me. Let's see. Alright, we got this going. Okay, anyways, so this was a doodle I did on paper. It's not accurate to the reference I used, but the idea here is bot invasion, please hold while they are sent to the void. Thank you, Elk. Thank you for sending them to the void. I know you had that power. Let's see. I think it's where you send the poachers. But it's a low angle picture. Now this one only goes up to like the knee, like it shows in this picture a little bit. It doesn't even show this much of the booty. But this one I want to you should be, due to the perspective, you should be able to see her like down to her foot. We'll see how it is. Now obviously due to TOS, I can't make a nude version on stream. So we're just gonna do Barbie doll, not full Barbie doll. It really pisses me off. I don't know how bad YouTube is, but I know on Twitch it's really bad. Where there are times where you can't even make like a like a Barbie doll like model in order to create a, like anatomically correct character. It's very stupid. Anyways, so let me try to plan this one out. We're gonna get our sketch going. I'm gonna make this a little opaque. We're gonna make the background black. And I'll do white. Flipped the truck with me in it yesterday, and you just look at my shoulder and that I'm great. Oh, that's horrible, lovely. What the hell? Oh, that was your stream bot. I was about to say. That's horrible, lovely. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your shoulder heals as quickly as possible. Okay, so... Alright, looking at this picture, let me do a quick doodle here. Because I'm looking at both this as well as the actual original model reference that I have. There is a Twitter handle known as Pose Archive. And they did experiments with low angle, and that's what we're going to be trying to do here. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Ideally, actually, I need to get a reference of Princess Peach, actually. Could be too hard, since we are going to be using a dress, aside from fabric, pissing me off, as it tends to piss me off. But it shouldn't be. It probably will be. I just need a quick Princess Peach reference. What should I use for a reference for her? There's different kind of ways for her. What about the movie? Hold on, I think the movie might be a good... Let me see. Like, for her face, primarily. The body itself, you can interpret her body in any way you want, really. It's mainly her face you gotta get. And we are doing Retro Peach, so it's not gonna be the same hair color or anything like that. It's just, I need the general face type. Let's see here. Alright, I need one... Okay, this one might be the best one we can use right now, so we'll use this one. I don't need it right this minute, though. I just need... let's see here. Alright, we got that going. Okay. So... Now that I have my Peach reference... We got that. Okay, so... Ooh. We got that. Well, let's try to start with this doodle. I need to get my references here. The horizon line is going to be very important for this piece. It is a lot of different outfit, pick your poison. Well, we're going with the original Peach, so it's going to be her dress. But keep in mind, we're going with Retro Peach, so we're going with the original dress and colors. Her original colors were actually white and red, I think. White and reddish brown. I'll worry about that later. We're not worried about color right now. So the idea of this piece, it's not going to be exactly like this one here, but the pose is very similar. It's just a big peach. 40-foot peach. It's not actually 40 foot. It might actually be a little bigger than that. But we don't care about the specifics. And just a Bowser freaking out running, maybe a Mario somewhere. It's a Mario 40th anniversary. I wanted to make a big lady. But it's Mario 40th anniversary, so I want to do something for that too. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just throw them both together. We'll make a giant peach. But my lack of skill may show here, because it's weird. So I doodled a logo, like if anybody's seen my Angela Flux, like low angle doodle I did a while ago that I animated, that actually came out really good, and I could almost draw that perspective, like that angle of pose, almost intuitively. This one, not so much. I never really draw this pose like this, especially because the hand is the primary focus here. So, we're kind of playing around with things with this one. And actually, I'm going to go ahead. I could probably think ahead. I don't think... I really need to do... Let's see. So, NES Peach. So, I can go ahead and make some layers, because I know I'm going to use these layers. Let's just get the layers I know I'm going to use... But no, I've always been worried about, the reason why I haven't really been streaming art. Well, one, I like to do a lot of experiments with arts, but, that aren't really worth showing. But, because Twitch is very asinine about specifics, I don't know how YouTube is, I'm pretty sure they're just as asinine. Where, excuse me, even if you're doing, like, a Barbie doll model, for the sake of, you know, creating a figure, an accurate figure, they consider that nudity, even though that's nothing, it's a Barbie doll. You know, and they freak the fuck out about it sometimes on certain people. That's why I haven't really been doing it. If I get hit with something, whatever, I'll just take it, because I don't really stream much anymore anyway. But obviously we're not doing anything spicy here. It will be a clothed character, but I might do the body a little bit so I can actually see what the clothes should be. Let's see. But I don't know where I want to start, because this isn't one where I could trace, because this is actually not entirely accurate. If I look at the model that I use as a reference, this chest should be a little... Oh, hold on, let me doodle here. Actually, let me go to sketch. So, body, chest, heads, leg should be its own layer. It should be in front of here. Leg, should I do? Yeah, I should do a layer for the arm, too. So we'll do arm... Head should be probably right in front of body, I think. Body and chest. And then arm should be right behind the hand. There we go. There are feet too, but I don't know how that's going to go, so we'll wait on that one. Alright, but anyways, so inaccuracy, there's a lot of inaccuracy with this. First off, this face is inaccurate. This face should be... Well, not by the reference, but by the way I have it. This face is kind of looking at the side. Let me kind of do that. And then they're kind of looking over at the viewer. The way it should be. And then also, it's not accurate to my actual reference. The actual reference I'm using, they're looking like this. Like, down at you. Something like that. But we'll see how this goes. Now, remember, this is a low angle, so I'm going to have to really play around with this. The other thing is that this chest should not be like, it should be, if I'm going accurate to the reference, it should be more around that way. Hello, Wild. How are we, Wild? Wild Will. How are we? Also, this leg is not accurate, because this knee should be more full. It kind of cuts off here like it's some kind of wine bottle or something. Like that. Now, I gotta be careful. I don't want to trace this one, because again, it's not accurate. So I am going to hide it for a little bit. And we'll get back to it. Now, the thing is, though, is what the reference doesn't account for is because this reference actually cuts off the actual model reference. But how are you, Wild? I hope you're doing lovely today. I hope the model reference, it cuts off, like, at the knee. Like, say this is, like, the knee up here. It cuts off, like, around the shin, like, midway through the shin. This should be, at least what I think it is, the horizon line's gonna be somewhere around here. I don't know where exactly, somewhere around here. And if I do, like, a stick figure... I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have to really think. Oh, yes, if you're on Twitch, if you go down into my extension, there should be extension down there. You might be able to change it. I don't know if it's working right now. Let me look. Is it working right now? Because I used to have it a while ago, and I reactivated it recently. Let me see. How is it? Is it actually working? Is it actually... Shut up, me. Let's see here. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure if it's actually working or not. But there is an extension in the About page that you can change your avatar, but I don't know if it's working. It might not be working right now, so you might just have to stick with what you got for the moment. Anyway, so I'm just going to do some random doodles. The big key to this one is the perspective, and that's the big challenge here. I don't have too much of a problem with low-angle perspectives. I don't have too much of a problem with them. However... it's when I start incorporating, like, where you can actually see the horizon line kind of perspectives. So that's where it does become a big problem. Because ideally, it's something like, I want some kind of low-angle perspective around here. Like, say this is her face. She's looking kind of like this, maybe. And if we look at her chin, it'd be something like... Well, this wouldn't be exact, we're just doodling. But it'd be something like sharp over here. I don't know why I'm trying to be accurate here when it's a doodle. Just to say this is accurate for sake of brevity. Something like that. God damn that chin. And then let's see, we got body here somewhere. I don't know exactly. Somewhere right here is the torso. But again, the problem is the perspective, and I'm going to have to do some serious practice for this. This is the other reason why I don't really stream my stuff as much, not even just because of Twitch bullshit, but also because, actually, her knee comes up past the chest a little bit. Her chest is somewhere around there from the side. I don't know exactly. And then the hand. The big part is the hand. It's also the other reason why I don't really stream these, because I'm probably going to be sitting here for a while experimenting. Because again, this is not something I do. I don't do things like gesture practice and stuff. I do every now and then, but I hate gesture practice. It's just boring. I know you should be doing art fundamentals, but art fundamentals, they bore me so goddamn much. They really, 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 really do. I'm so bored of just practicing and practicing. It takes forever and ever, and I don't get anywhere. I really hate it. But anyways, with something like that, I'm just doing doodles. And then her foot should come down somewhere around... Well, she should be almost about, like, sitting, right? I'm not really sure. I presume this angle, it's also, like, she's actually sitting. You can't really tell on my reference model. So in that case, actually, she would be adjusted like... Let me grab all this and adjust it. Fuck. Hello, A-Sprite? Are you... Okay, now it's gonna cooperate. Alright, so it'd be something like this. Your foot would be somewhere around... Actually, the horizon would be a little higher than this, then. Be somewhere around there, roughly. And her foot would probably be... something like that. I gotta remember there's a 3D plane here, right? There's a 3D plane here. It's doodling. We're not being specific here. I'm just trying to get a rough idea of how everything is going to be. Let's say it's a foot. I'm not really sure about this. 1 second. Bathroom calls. It'll be real quick. Alright, so I'm back. Hello, Ferret. How are we today? How are we, Ferret? And let's see here. Long Boy is here. How are we, Long Boy? You're gonna watch me fail at perspective. Well, or at least trying to get the perspective while also having a little bit of the ground view as well. Also, what TSA 2 days ago? That Long Boy. 2 days ago, someone was caught smuggling birds from Russia. The cattiest, and they're extremely adorable, and they're songbirds to boot. Ooh, lovely. That sound adorable. Is that a new emote of yours, Ferret? It's a great emote. Or a set of emotes, technically. Okay, so... I gotta stare at this model for a second. Give me 1 second, everybody. Actually, real quick, okay, I can't hit knockout pre-rolls, unfortunately. Had it for a while now. I've never seen you use it. I'm surprised you haven't used it in my streams before. I'm very surprised. I say Long Boy a lot. I mean, it can be long. You should see Ferret's streams, Wild. Ferret, he has a redeem. He's obviously his model's a ferret. He has a redeem that makes him longer. And he'll even go off the screen and come back down, and then from the left, and it's ridiculous. Ooh. Okay, so let's look at this model for a minute. It's gonna be really hard, so I'm gonna do some experimentation with this one. I might have to fuck with resizing it too. Name, because I don't know if I will get kicked for their actual name. I mean, what's like? Is it something to get banned? Like, why would I wouldn't. Why would you get kicked? Move this down a bit. Okay, so that was the sketch doodle. Let's sketch 1. Sketch 2. Alrighty. So let's hide sketch 1. Alright, so let's get a horizon going. We don't, again, we still don't have to be exact, but we're going to try to be a little more exact than we were. So I may have to shut the fuck up and go into the zone for a little bit, everybody, so sorry if I'm a little quiet. But feel free, I will respond to chat where I can. So don't, anybody who's talking, I will respond to you where I can. But I might have to be a little quiet for a little bit to really get this. Let's see here. Hmm. Hmm. There are two long-tailed... So, tits. You can say tits. No, tits ain't gonna get you banned. No, when I'm talking about Twitter and YouTube and stuff, I'm talking about when you're drawing. Like, Twitter has a big hate boner for artists, and they do stupid things with artists, so... No, I'm talking about drawing it, not saying it. You can say spicy things in my chat, I don't care. Just as long as they ain't, like, you know, slurs that are against TOS. Because I will get banged for that if other people start spamming slurs. Okay, I'm trying to think of, like, what kind of shape can I use? Well, I know with low angles, because you're technically using 3-point perspective, which can be a little complex. Alright, so what we can do is... I like using, like, little... curved slopes to kind of give an idea for how the body comes out when I do low angles. Because if it's a low angle and somebody's going up, like, let's say this is the normal proportion for a human body, let's just say that, for example. Actually, let's make it more spaced out so it's a little easier to see. Say that's a normal proportion looking head on. When it's a low angle, what happens is it squishes those proportions, but ultimately evens out to be the same. Because the lower stuff gets bigger. Better safe than sorry, you're good. You can say tits on stream. Titties, pussy, sex, you can say all that stuff, I don't care. This is, you know. Let's see here. Well, we can always start with a circle, but the problem is I don't know how big that circle should be. I gotta stare at the reference for a minute. But it's good I'm doing this though. It knocks every... Oh, also, I will need a layer for clothes. Obviously, we're not doing a spicy one. We're doing a Barbie doll. But, you know. Let's see here. Anyways, back to sketch 2. Alright, no, I'm just going to stop thinking about it. Let's just draw. If it looks bad, we'll fix it. It's not that big of a deal. So, we need to get the flow. So, no, we need it to curve a little more. That's way too much. Okay. So, probably she's going to be sitting. She's going to have to sit on the floor. So, her pelvis will be somewhere around here. We're going to have to play around with it. I gotta go. Painkillers are wearing off. I need to get to dinner. Alright, well, bye, Elk. Toodles. Good to see you, Elk. Good to see you bounce in for today. The ribs somewhere up here. Now, here's the thing, though, actually. The pelvis and ribs need to be... The pelvis needs to be a lot bigger than the ribs, actually, in this case, due to perspective. Actually, let's make this a lot wider. That's gonna be way off. We'll have to experiment and see. Let me see, where would her... If imagine this would be maybe where her... That might be... That's actually way too big. It's way too big. So it would be right here, and then coming up. Yeah, no, no. No, that's not it. That's not it. Well, I know her shoulders are going to be something like... Let me see. Something like this little streak here is going to be her shoulders. Something like that. Or... something like that if I'm going off my reference. Fuck. What the hell? What? Okay. Hey, Sprite. Hey, Sprite, what are we doing here? Hey, Sprite. What the fuck? What are we doing? Alright, gotta restart my Hey, Sprite. 1 second. And I didn't save it. Great. Lovely. Hold on. We gotta get this sorted. I gotta set it all up again. 9-2. Luckily, we didn't get deep into it or I've been pissed. Alright, we got there. I reset it because I'm making sure, because Ace Pride's doing it. There are some features in Ace Pride I'm not aware of. And sometimes I'll hit a button and I have no idea how to fix it. It was doing a weird thing where it was... Well, I didn't save it, that's the first problem. But it was doing weird... I don't know how to explain it. If you all saw it a second ago. You know what I'm talking about. God damn it. Alright, well, we gotta do this again. Background. Make it all white. Oh, Ace Sprite, there we go. I'm not gonna do all the other layers right now. We're just gonna get the sketch going. We're not gonna get all complicated with... Let me go ahead and save it real quick. Let me get back chatting, because I don't want to fucking dox my system. Save as... Oh my god, Windows 11, you are such a pain in the ass. I literally hit save as, and Windows 11... Look, I built this PC like 2 months ago, and since I built it, Windows 11 has been slow. I even put Linux Mint, right? I put Linux Mint on the system. Mint doesn't even work on this system, right? And it's still faster than fucking Windows 11. I hate Windows 11 so goddamn much. It is a shit operating system, and they want to shove everything in there. 4-year-old rig? Yeah. No, I mean, this is a brand new hardware and everything, and Windows sucks on it. I hate it. The hardware's great. I hate the operating system. Let's see here. What do you mean downgrade? What, Windows 10? It's about to come out of service here soon. Otherwise, I would stay with Windows 10. I never would have upgraded. Like, I can. Like, I could just wipe off. I've been debating, if it wasn't for VR chat and Game Maker being worse on Linux, I would just be using Linux. I would just be using Catchy OS and nothing else. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Alright. Let me pull up my stuff again. There's chat, there's Peach, and there is my model reference. Okay. Let's see here. Well, I gotta start all over again. Okay, let's see. So, the horizon might be somewhere around here. I don't know exactly where. Peach will be no bigger than up here. And I gotta find a way to get her, where it's like, I'll just do a stick figure. Get it right here. Imagine the neck could actually be more like right here. That's her shoulders. Arm. Do two foreshortening. Well, maybe enlarging, but do the foreshortening. Be right there. Something like that. I'll have to play around with that. Torso or their chests coming that way, that will be smaller actually due to effective. I don't know what it is. I'm starting to feel like I just forgot how to do anatomy all of a sudden. Not from this, like, it's a sketch, but like usually when I do anatomy stuff, it takes a few seconds and I intuit something. But it's not coming to me right now, which is strange. Alright. So something like that. And then the hand would be large. Obviously, this arm's way too small. It would actually get bigger as it comes down because it's coming closer to the viewer. But we would have her leg coming up like this. It comes forward towards the viewer down here. But probably something like that. I'll have to play around with the perspective. Something like that. Leg like this. Something like that. Let me see. Then we're gonna have Bowser down here freaking out. Mars do something. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. So in order to emphasize the size more, we'll probably have to make it her wider. I don't know how. I'll be honest. This is why I don't really stream art as much. I'm kind of completely at a loss. I mean, I did do my doodle. How about I just I'll trace over. Here's what I'll do. I'll trace over my original doodle, and I'll adjust it to what I need. Well, that's what we'll do. Because I already drew it on paper. Let's see. It's not accurate, but it's a lot. It would give me a good starting point to come off from. Because I've been having a lot better method of art with like drawing it on paper, or at least getting the like I don't have to draw like the exact thing. I just have to get the concept. Like the Hornet one I did last week. That one, it wasn't even like a full doodle, it was just a concept. Let me see, I need... And I was able to pull that into a full drawing. Where is my post? I need to grab the post so I can copy the image. There we go, there's my doodle. It sucks though, like, fundamentals are very important with art. But, good god, are they fucking boring. Like, insanely boring to do. Alright, so according to this one... Now, here's my drawing, but it is off. Ignore the leg. Because actually you're only seeing the upper shin. You would... Well, actually, no, because this one I made it a little... Yeah, so it'd be something like... Oh no, keep the aspect ratio. Somewhere around here. Somewhere like this. But I want it to be bigger so it kind of emphasizes the size a bit. So we're going to go a little more. Maybe a little more than that. A little more than that. Something like this. I'll have to make adjustments. So what and the hand's going to have to be bigger due to perspective. Well, it's getting closer to the viewer, so the hand's definitely going to be bigger. This needs to be fixed. Honestly, I could probably just trace it, my drawing, and that should be good there. So let's try that. And there's going to be some adjustments on the chest. This leg obviously needs to be adjusted, and the hand needs to be adjusted. But we'll have a good starting point, and that's all that matters, is we need a good starting point. Because if I don't have a good starting point, I'm going to be stuck here doodling over and over again, because I don't have my fundamentals down. All right, I don't want to. I'm just gonna keep the head a circle right now because I don't want to trace that. That is not accurate. Let's just get. We'll get pieces. I don't have to get the whole thing because the connections are not correct. All right, and then this, we're going to bring the booty out a little bit. It'll flatten when it hits the floor. Flatten a bit when it hits the floor. Grace, hold up. Oop. And then we'll have to correct it as we go on. So here we have the leg. Let me kind of get the... The trick here is, it's not because she has a big butt. It's because of the perspective. Because due to the low angle, her top half's going to look smaller than her bottom half. So I need to be able to account for that somehow. Let's look at the leg. So if we say her pelvis... Actually, yeah, that'd be a good thing. Let's get the pelvis. What I call the pelvis underwear. That's really good for figuring out where the legs are. Although with my reference sheet, you can't actually see the pelvis of B. Actually, no, it'd be a little more towards the viewer, probably. Something like this? I don't know. And the leg would be... Well, we gotta think where the actual joint bone would come out at. So it would come out, if we look at it, like, it would come out right here. And then it would bend... Let me think. But normally, on a normal skeleton, if I do it, hold on, let me get this going. So say this is the disc pelvis. The leg bone comes out in a weird angle like that, with that little thing there. So, if it's looking up, her leg's pointing up, then it's going to come up that way. Curve up. We're going to go up to there. We good? Okay, so what we're going to do is... Let's just grab this. Let's not... Okay, shut up. Real quiet. Hmm. Which it's a very small notch. I shouldn't go too crazy with it. Very small notch. Something like that. And then we need to pull... How do I want to do this part here? We just erase that. Yeah, flatten that a little. Like that. And let's get the upper knee here. So... Knee is up here. It's going to stick out a little. Right here. Like that. That's going to be the knee, roughly. Again, we're going to have to adjust accordingly. And then this comes in the back of the knee. Well, if it's the full knee, then it'd be like this, but... Like that. And then we need to curve this down. Well, hold on. So, normally the leg... We did that bone earlier. It's some weird shape like that. You got the knee, and then the bottom leg actually curves in a little bit. If you're talking about your shin bone. Which actually seems like we already do kind of have that. It should just be like the muscle that kind of pokes out over here. Which is why you get this curve here. I think I probably had it the first time, actually. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that'd be the knee popping out here. Alright, so let's not work on details there. Let's look at elsewhere. Now, this bottom, I have no... Beyond this point here, I don't have any point of reference. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if this leg's actually very short. The way I have it drawn. Let's, alright, let's work on this torso a bit. So the rib is coming, like, almost straight sideways here. I'm not even looking at the doodle here. We're looking at... The ribs would actually be... like that. And then we would come across like that. Like, it's the entire side of the rib. It's almost sideways, but not entirely. Slightly off. It would, like, come up there's a little bit there, and you'll probably see, like, a little bit there. That would mean that the arms are about here, like the shoulder comes out right here. So if I do the little, it's like a little cape trick you can do. Again, this assumes I have the shoulders here accurate, which they're probably not. Like that. Actually, it'll curve up a little more. Let's see here. Come down that and go that way. That's the other shoulder. We won't really see this arm here. But this would be pushed up a little bit because, again, the shoulder is up a little. So we're going to do that. Grab a circle here. Now, the trick here is going to be foreshortening and stuff. This is what's going to screw me over massively. So we really got to pay attention to that when once we start getting everything going. Because perspective is going to be what makes or breaks this piece. If I don't get the perspective, at least feeling like, hey, this is a big character, it fails. Like, there's no point in continuing. And I'll just have to do it offline. I might have to work on the breast later. I think the leg... Well, let's try to get this arm, at least get an idea of it. So, let's say we have... Let's see, it's coming out, so it's going to curve a little bit this way. Actually, wait, hold on, no. There's something off that we didn't have. So, if we have the shoulder like this, or the shoulder comes up like that, then the actual shoulders will start right here. It's going to be off a little bit. And then... We're not going to follow this one exactly. Or shortening. That's why I don't like doing little stick figure lines, because they don't show the 3D. I don't like using them. Well, let's do it like right here, maybe. It'll be bigger, but not by too much. Yeah, let's make this bigger. Something like that. Then this here, I might actually have to shrink that a little bit, I'm not sure. Well, okay, so it's kind of weird, because on this, because I know your, like, where your elbow is, it's much wider than your wrist, obviously. But considering foreshortening and such, I'm considering making them actually the same, like, roughly the same size. Just to really emphasize the hand. Because the key of this entire piece is the hand. So we do something like this, and then we have part of the arm. It's really hard, because I don't really know what to do with curves like how your wrist curves, if you look at it, or your forearm curves into your wrist. I never really know what to do with that when it comes to foreshortening. Very difficult for me. Bring that this way so we can have a bit of the elbow. It's just an idea. We're just getting rough ideas here. And actually, this here needs to curve a little bit better. Something like that. And the hand, the key here is, so, like I say, this is kind of the part that makes or breaks the hand. So I got two options here. I can either make the hands either accurate to my reference, or I can make the hand down a little bit. Like that. Being very rough with it, we're not really quite sure. And then there's fucking hands in general. I do need practice with hands. Trace a bit here. Let's get the finger a little more. Now, I don't mind doing length for finger, just so you have a good reference here. Because the thing with fingers that screw them over, it's not just the fact that joints are annoying, but it's also the fact that the big thing with hands is proportion. Like, between all the fingers. Actually, let me get green here, so it's a little easier to see these. These can get very confusing very quickly. Might have to pull her down a little bit. I don't want to have to increase the fucking canvas size. Yeah, I'll just pull the hand down a little. Pull down just a little bit. Alrighty. I'll have to play around with that a little bit, but let me go ahead. Something like that. It's something like that. Alright, so maybe I might go twist, like turn it a little bit, but we'll get that sorted later. Alright, so what else do we need to look for here? I need to get the breast somehow. It's off. I don't know how I'm gonna get that in there. Well, the leg's supposed to come forward towards the viewer. It's not supposed to be that. So I might have to redo the leg, and that might be the main issue here. Or at least, hold on, redo this part of the leg. and probably the knee. It'll be about here. No. Something like that. It needs to... some way to really show that's coming towards the viewer. I think it's probably what we need to do. Grab this part here, although I don't really want to grab that horizon perspective, but it looks like we will have to. Pull it forward this way a little bit more. We may have to massively shrink this part here. Because you're getting closer to the viewer here. Do this by hand. Then again, if you're getting close to the viewer, whatever. Now the foot, it's be a little complicated. I kind of need to get a solid idea. Let's see if there's a point there, and let's say a point over here. Come out a little more. That's not accurate because this here would be smaller. Hold up, let me do this. Hold up. So if we got a point there. I don't need to be accurate, I just need to have a solid idea where everything is. The foot would be... I'll get green. Because I don't mind all these markings, because again, we're just kind of doodling to get an idea where everything is. But the foot, if this is the shin right here... something like this. Okay, we kind of screwed it right there. We need to get this part here sorted properly. You'd probably see her other foot too from this angle. It'd be like somewhere off, like that direction somewhere, you know. But we'll worry about that later. That one's not important. Okay. I can actually see something here. It's very goofy. There's a lot of things I have to fix with this one, but there's something here. I definitely see it. It's just about playing around with it a little bit. I actually think the head needs to be shrunk. Because again, perspective. The head is like the furthest part from the viewer right now. But maybe a few exceptions here and there. So we do need to shrink the head a little bit. And the neck... remember, the neck's like right around here. And we still need to get the chin, and that's going to be an important piece here. That's definitely not going to stay as the neck, but we'll get that sorted. The face... not going to show too much. The face should be like... her eyes should be somewhere up here. She's kind of looking at... she's kind of a little smug. Something like that. I don't know exactly how I want to do that, though. I want to play around with some faces to get it. Let's do a little experiment here with the shape of her face. So let's see here. I'm just gonna do a quick, like, be somewhere right there if we're doing accurately. Her face is... it's kind of weird because you get lady faces that are they're a bit pointed, but still smooth. And I, for some reason, for a life of me, just can't get that, and I don't know why. I may have to do some tracing, like trace over one to see, like, okay, what am I doing wrong with this shape? Is probably what I'm gonna have to do. Because if I do like this, it looks like she's a pointy witch, you know. Really, it's supposed to be. It should be smooth. Something like that, but probably squish it a little bit. Let me look at some other things real quick. I will need to look at... let me see here real quick. Let me see. Okay, looking at... okay, so they do the... it looks like the Loomis method, but like the jaw is a little different. Okay, so it's something like... let me get this real quick. Boop-a-doo. Actually, they curve it a little bit here, actually. Not too much, though. No. Not to her chin. Down. Straight back. Somewhere like here. Right there. Yeah, okay, I can see that. It's not exact. That's very close. So how do we do this from a lower angle, is the question. Well, if you're at a lower angle, this chin part is going to be, if you imagine like a skeleton, it's going to be something like that, right? So, hold on, let me copy and paste this one over. Check something real quick. Da-ba-da-ba-da. No, it's being a little weird there. There we go. So if we did it from here at a low angle. So if we think, so let me do a normal head because I need to see the normal proportions. Boop. And a normal human head would be roughly like, being very rough here. This isn't exact. Something like that. And then we have boop, eyes, nose, mouth. At a low angle, actually I'm already up here, I don't know why I made another one. At a low angle, if like say I'm looking straight up, the chin is right here, but if the chin's pulled up, then you would have something like that, and then this will be higher up. And then you gotta squish, when you're looking at lower angles, you need to squish everything down. So it'll be like eyes right here. Something like that. It'll be something like that. I have to play with the chin a little bit. So with this one, if I look at my reference, let's see. So if I look at this one, we have, by the way, I can definitely work with that hand. I had to make some adjustments. The thumb's probably a little too big. But honestly, though, I probably need to make the fingers bigger. Because, again, it's supposed to be like this hand is coming down. So it's supposed to be big. Let me see here. So it's supposed to be looking somewhere like this. Yeah, something right here. And then if the eyes are right here, the nose is almost over the eyes. Then the mouth is right there. But the question is always the chin. At low angle, chin is always, for some reason, the most annoying to me. A little better for the mouth there. There we go. Well, Peach's chin is a little pointy. I don't like doing it like that. That just doesn't look right to me. And also, maybe if the features are too small. They could just be too small for the proportion of her head. Let me make some adjustments here. So, actually, well, okay, one thing I do know I can do is the side of the head is somewhere right there. So, maybe should come up like that. Yeah, she needs to have big eyes, though. Like, no. Although, also, wait, no, also her cheeks would come up from her eyes. Because that's something with low angle is cheeks actually really matter at low angle. Yeah, there we go. That helps a little bit. I have to work on this, though. I don't know. I'll have to play around with it. Wait, hold on. Did we just find something? Hold up. That almost looks like a damn Sonic character. No, that was too small. 1 second, duty calls. Be right back. Hold up, I'll switch it manually so we don't get the music for no reason. Let me see.
this guy.
Ew. 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 Can I wing in your hand? Hold on. It's hunting. It's hunting. Finally! It's fucking dead. Ah, I'm so happy now. Ah, fuck you. Not you, Ghost. I think you, Ghost. I am free of his idiocy. Yes. Borb! Borb! We have freedom! Alright, we're back. Oh. Alrighty, so... Oh, also, I should probably go ahead and do some 3D lines so I don't get thrown off here. So, how would this here curve exactly? Well, it'd be like that. Oh, at the bottom of the leg would be somewhere right here. Actually, that there makes no sense, actually. And like that. Actually, yeah, you could probably see... Actually, the other leg, we could probably do something like... Something like that coming down. Maybe. I'll have to play with that later, but we're not worried about that right now. That's kind of its own thing. I'm back, but I missed nothing. We're just making big lady. I'm trying to get the head. The head's really screwing me over. Or like the face, rather. Because I'm not used to drawing faces at this angle. Welcome back, Elle. Welcome back, Lovely. Oh, maybe like that? Maybe that could... Hold on. Maybe? Let me put some junk hair on it just so I can kind of see it better. Hope you're doing well, lovely elk. No, that's not. I'm making it flat again. No, I can't do that. That's making it flat again. God damn it. No, here, hold on. Where's my... I need a piece of paper. Where's my... I'll do it on paper, that way... Second. 1 second, something not on stream. Let's see. It's really hard to do. Hold on. Technical difficulties. 1 second. Ah, damn it, I lost my page. Where is my page? Adding back one. What if I use this instead? No, not you. You. Okay, so that might be what I'm missing here. The skull is right there. Something like that. Hold on, let me try that again. Some learning here. Okay, so the face is right there. That's the cranium. There. General... Oh, okay, that's what... Okay, is it the cheek popping out that's getting me? I see the jawline there. And this would come into the neck. That might be it. What I'm screwing up here. Maybe. I'll stick that there for a minute. I'm terrible at drawing humans, but great at drawing animals. Well, you should do furry art then. A lot of fans of that. I need to practice some. There's some furry characters I can draw, but I would need more practice. Let's see here. I mean, because some of them are actually very simple. Like, it's more anthropomorphic, but like Isabelle, Van, and Lola Bunny are actually pretty easy to draw, actually. Let's see. Okay, so erase this. I kind of know what I'm doing wrong here. So, actually, I'll just undo till I. No. I want to keep those lines. Don't lose those lines. So just erase this real quick. So what I'm doing wrong is I'm not accounting for the jawline itself, which would stick out. Because I always have, so the Loomis method, what it's supposed to be, is you do a circle, and that's supposed to be the cranium. Like you feel the back of your head, that's a cranium. That's supposed to be a cranium. And then you account for the jaw by saying, okay, well, half of this cranium is going to be roughly the height of your jaw, and then you do adjustments there, you know, mouth, nose, eyes, and so on. However, if you're doing it at this weird angle, the jaw is going to stick out, because it's not flat on your face. It comes out. So, let me see here. So, it'd be like... Now, this wouldn't be for Peach, but roughly speaking... Something like that. Peach are probably a little... It's really hard, because I can't... It's hard to imagine Peach at her jaw at a low angle. I don't know why. Something like that, roughly. And then the eyes would be... around here. By the way, if anyone wants to become a zoologist, remember you have to take veterinary class as part of your curriculum, so technically I'm also a vet. Oh, interesting. The nose comes up over the eyes a little bit, and the mouth comes up like that. So, what I also need to get is for Peach is her cheeks. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do that. Let me try to... Imagine, like, the forehead comes out a little bit. Then the cheeks... How would that even look? Hold on, let me look at my reference real quick. How did the cheeks really come out here? Alright, also with the jawline with her, I need to... probably smooth it down a little bit more. Erase that real quick. How the hell do I do that? Let's consider on the. Let's look at the other side, because the other side would be a little easier. Oh, we gotta get the ears too. The ears are so weird on this angle. So if this like here. Oh wait, I think I know what could fix this. Hold on, let me go back to the circle. I think I know what I can fix this with. Okay. Before I do anything, probably what's been screwing me is I haven't been doing the 3D lines of the circle. Or actually, maybe it's like this. That might be it. So I can actually see it in 3D better. Of course, this is pixel. It's not entirely accurate. It's all weird. But, you know, we use green for the rest of the face. Okay, so that's there. That's the front of the face, and this is the side. The side of the head is going to be... Let me see here. It's like the temple. Actually, no, it's actually not supposed to be the temple, I don't think. Give me 1 second. Let me look at some doodle heads real quick. Again, we're all learning here. Let's see. Actually, no, it's like the entire spot, including the ear. So, let's see. So if it's including the ear, then that means this entire side... Actually, it'd probably benefit me if I draw... That's that side, that's that side. If I draw also the other side as well. That's very... I probably should have made them different colors, to be honest. Alright, so then that means this right here, this entire part right here, is the side of the head. Which means the jaw would come out around here, but we are at an angle. So... I really don't know how I would do Peach's jaw here. It's so confusing. Hmm. The thing with my way to do art, though, is once I do figure it out, I remember it forever. That's the thing. Like, yes, there's a thing of doing things over and over again to get your shitty art out, but generally with me, once I remember one certain, like, how something looks for sure from a certain perspective, I can usually play around with it. That's just, I don't know, just how my brain is. On Twitch, well, keep in mind, dear, I'm not nearly as popular as I used to be. Because I'm not consistent. I've been on hiatus for a very, very long time. There's only like maybe one or two. Especially because Twitch screwed over lurkers with view bots. I mean, granted, yeah, they're trying to combat view bots, but they definitely screwed over lurkers. Lurkers, I don't think count towards your view anymore. So yeah. Let me see here. Oh no, that's why. Hold on. But how do I do? I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing with her. I really don't know what I'm doing with this perspective. Ah, shit. Alright, hold on. Let me get another notepad and try it again. What I'm doing is, I'm taking this notepad and I'm tracing the model face on paper because I'm trying to figure out what the shapes are. And the face is really hard from a low angle. Let's see. Excuse me. God damn it. Alright, look, I'll just look up some other mannequins. Let me see here. Low angle. Yeah, low angle head. Like a mannequin of a low angle head, not just a low angle head. I do not see a mannequin of a low angle head. Hold on. Oh god damn, I'm getting gassy. But no, Elk, I don't stream as much as I used to. Like, I'd usually sit around, like, at least on Twitch, I would sit around, like, getting close to, like, 10 people just chilling. Giant Spire, I wish I knew an entomologist who isn't in Australia right now. Well then. But usually the big spiders aren't the bad ones. Usually. Usually the small ones. Not the really small ones, but like right in between like really big and really small. Let me see here. I do not see a Loomis head from a low angle. Okay, okay, there we go. Okay, that's kind of one. I don't know, it just seems so weird to have... In fact, what it is suggesting, it would be something like... So a jaw would come down, then it would just sharp turn. Like that. Like that, and then you would have eye, or something like eye, nose, mouth. Probably some cheek here too, because of the perspective. Like I can kind of see that. It's just the jaw. Like I don't know what the fuck to do with it. I'll have to do some offline experiments with this one, it seems. Let's move on to another piece, or another section. We'll come back to that later. That seems like something that offline I may have to experiment with. Alright, so let's try to get the chest here for a minute. Where's my other reference? Oh, there it is. Let's try to look at the chest real quick. So... let's see here. Get that off there. Now, normally, with both breasts as well as min chests as well, 3 etymologists, 1 is an X, 2 are married, and in Australia. Well, you freaked out from spiders, Elk? But generally your chests, both men and women, the muscles on your chest, some of them stretch over your shoulder. I forget the term of it. So it'd be like, if say the shoulder here is accurate, it would be something like... actually, let me get rid of this. It's actually kind of confusing. Get rid of that. So it'd be something like the top... we'll use the breast as an example here. Come over here. And then the bottom wants to stretch over here. So it'd be like... I'm being very rough with it. This isn't exactly. Something like that. It wants to come up here. It wants to go towards your shoulder. Maybe? No, it seems off. Especially because the low angle, it doesn't look right. Because if it's low angle... Well, technically low angle, the shoulder should come up more. Like, the shoulder should take dominance over here. Actually, your shoulder should be, like, up here. A bit more. And the arm comes in more towards that. Actually, let's go ahead and cut this up a little bit. Because the shoulder, top of the body, should come over here. Like that. That. Other shoulder somewhere over there. Just somewhere that way. This needs to pop up, so let's do this. That. Something like that. We'll have to play around with that a little bit. Actually, it would follow the shoulder a little bit until the breast comes out a little. But I'm not quite sure of the shape. Again, I'm not used to these angles. And also, it's at the proper position at an angle. Just, I honestly might have to work on this offline. It could be also the torso just seems too big. I think I'm going to tighten up the torso a little bit, especially for a Peach. So I guess we'll give that a shot. I might actually also need to bring the waist taller a bit. We'll have to see. But then again, if I don't want to do it too much because I have to fuck with the leg. I really don't want to fuck with the leg. So here, look at this. So if we do like, what happens if I made it really tight and then we came around that way? What would it look like? No, hold on. Damn it. Bring it in. Out. No. I mean, granted, like, I got the general, like, idea of what's in the picture here, fine. It's just, like, a lot of details. I'm surprised. The funny thing about this is I probably have this hand. Yes, it needs some work, but it's almost the most accurate thing I have. Which is funny. Because it's a hand. It's not perfect. Like, I have to fix the shape, the overall silhouette a little bit. But it works, though. This hand works. Which I'm surprised I got it so easily. Just everything else just seems off for me. No, otherwise I wouldn't have dated an entomologist. I broke it off when I found out he is also into clowns. I'm not about to dress up as a clown. What would that be? And it's chlorophobia is scared of clowns. So chlorophilia? There's a chlorophiliac? Interesting. The only way I could see that if it's like really cute ones. That's the only way I can see that. Also, I think maybe we do need to bring the leg. Maybe we also need to grab this and pull it in a little more. Maybe to shrink the chest. We do need to shrink it. And then maybe pull the leg back a little bit or stretch it back. Because again, we got to make the bottom has to be bigger than the top. Due to perspective. We'll do something like that, maybe. And we'll... Let me experiment with something. Let me just grab a generic skin tone and see how this looks. Oh wait, there's a... God damn it, there's a stray pixel somewhere. Where's the stray pixel? There we go. I mean, it's close. Like, I definitely see a human shape there. And you do get a bit of, like, hold on, because in 3D, you do have a sort of shape like that coming out, right? Like, you do have that, and that's actually important. So this should be like that. That. Actually, no, if this is... Hold on, wait, hold on. Let's think about this. If this is up and top, these should actually be thinner as they come down, so I don't know how exactly I'm going to emphasize that. Am I afraid of heights? I feel a 3-story building... Fell off a 3-story building when I was 6. Damn, how the hell did that happen? Well, these would always be like... Oh, wait, hold on, wait, no. Because if this is a top... Due to low angle, these would actually be... No, It's okay. Draw ahead because I won't be fucking around with that for a while. That's gonna piss me off. But brother pushed you out a window. Damn. Hope we didn't fuck you up too bad. Shit. So okay, tell me, Elk. Do you see anything wrong with this? Like as the rough sketch of the early phases, do you see anything wrong here that I don't see? I personally, so far, aside from a few quirks fixing here and there. It seems like for low angle, I need to mess with the torso, the upper torso a little bit. Like maybe twist it, like... I think it's the upper torso. Hold on, let me kind of grab this real quick. It needs to be tilted a little. No, not stretched, tilted. Something over there. I don't like something like that. I think is what it is. But I don't know. I need other eyes to tell me what they see. Because sometimes I look at something and I just don't... My brain registers a different way. But I'm thinking this torso does need to tilt in 3D back that way a little more. And maybe... I don't know if it should be shrunk or not. Maybe not. Oh, also, a little thing here. This should not be a low curve. If it's above the horizon line, it has to be a high curve. Always. Like that. Yeah, like that. Always be like that. This is the leg here. Should be like... Yeah, I think that is what it is. Looking at these curves, it should be the torso needs to be tilted or something. Also, if we consider the ribs. Actually, let me get rid of all this pseudo skin because that's just there because it helps me see if the shape is good or not. It's right, ignoring the head. That's gonna be its own thing, but it's in the torso. The left shoulder needs to be slightly higher, I think. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I want to grab that. Then it would be straight from here. So let me erase this here. Hold on, wait, I do have a shape here. Hold on. Bump that. Okay, let me clean this so I can see it better. Clean this up so I can see it better. Get rid of all this junk. A lot of junk here. Maybe bring that right that. Well, no, it needs to curve into it. Because it needs to curve towards the elbow over here. So the elbow needs to come down here a little more. It's not. I'll have to play around with that. That elbow looks way off. I'll have to play with that. But then again, though, it is a cartoonish character. I don't think I really have to be that anatomically accurate. As long as it looks believable, I think we're good. I'll just leave it like that for now. We'll fix it later. I may have to work on this arm part here. I need to curve it a little better. Actually, do erase from here. Down a little bit. Down a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Might be a little too thick, though. Maybe we can fix that by fixing this part here. But the shoulders up here. What's that? I'll have to play around with it. Honestly, I need to put this hand in another layer so I can hide it. What do here? That way I can actually see back there. So we're going to cut this hand out. Well, that's going to be something. Hand, I think, is mostly decent. It just needs some minor adjustments, and I think that hand will actually be fine. Surprisingly, because usually hand's the most pain. I mean, it probably will when I start getting into details, but... yeah, alright, so we're going to hide that sketch hand so I can just have the shoulder. Actually, yeah, I think we need to pull it... there we go. Oh, no, I think that's what it is. What we need to do is we pull it like that. Make this come out like that. There we go. Okay, okay. I think that maybe. That should be fine. That means this one has to be down a bit. We'll just erase it for now. There's not really much point in showing it at the moment. And this needs to be straighter, probably. Because what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the shoulder shape is going that way. That means the neck. Over a little bit like that. But I think the torso overall needs to be shrunk.
Again, I think it's primarily in the torso.
Well, we could try it like this. Let's see. No. Or it could just be bad proportion, to be honest. Let me see here. Well, it's hard to use you can't really use head measurements because in perspective it would be different depending on. Oh. Because if it was, well, I mean, granted, I don't even think this is fully in perspective. And again, I really think it's the fucking torso because it's way too big. Like, if we're trying to emphasize height here, right? The torso should be a lot smaller. Like, if this is, say, this is just, there's your upper torso, here's your lower torso from regular. If you're talking low angle perspective, it should be like this. There's your upper, and there's your lower. Right? Because, you know, you're looking up here, right? You know, that's your little rib cage, roughly speaking. Oop, oop. I like the arm shape. Short torsos compared to guys. Yes, but you gotta consider, we're also considering perspective on top of that. Okay, what if because the other thing is I'm also looking at a actual female model reference. I could show it on stream. Here, I'll show my model reference. Hold on. I'm looking at. And again, I'm not trying to be exact to the model, but like there are certain aspects to it that do need to be accurate. Actually, I don't want any of this on here. Get rid of all this on the second frame. Get rid of all that. All right, so copy. So this is what my reference I'm trying to look at with the. God damn it! Let me. There. Oop. So if we use this as an example here, so y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's pixelated to all hell. It could be maybe so you can see from the top here. Maybe it's the roundness. So if we look at this one, see, it's not quite in perspective. I think it's the legs off. The leg needs to come forward a bit more. Leg needs to go like that. But the thing is my eye is just off for this thing. Also, okay, so that's why my eye is saying that the torso needs to be shrunk. Because if the torso was shrunk, it would actually fit into here a bit better. Again, I'm not saying I have to be exact. I don't have to be exact to the image. It just has to be, because the image is just a reference for me to get where I'm going. Oh, and also right here. So if you look over here, let me look at this one. So I was talking earlier about, like the little cylinder disc thing right here. It's not exact because we don't see the rest of the pelvis here. Stop looking at that. We don't see the rest of the pelvis, but something like this, and maybe her body would come up like something like that, depending on whether she's sitting or whatever. So the bone, your upper leg, whatever fuck femur, whatever fuck you want to call it, it comes out of your pelvis like a slight curve and then down. Like you have like a little part like that. Like that. So technically it's coming out like this. Imagine we'll just use cylinders here. And then it's do a little ball there, and it comes forward like that. Because also, if you look at this one, if I was to shrink the torso a bit more, it could bring out this shape here. Right there. Now, granted, it's because she is wearing a bottom, but also in a person, if you anatomically... No, I'm not doing a full pelvis, I'm just doing the joints here. The disc, basically the sides and pelvis where the legs come out. Imagine how the fat is distributed. Boop, 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 boop. So your skin would come down to here, and then it sloops again until it touches this part of the leg bone. These are the landmarks, effectively, of the body. Okay, so these parts right here and here. Because I know a problem I used to have with a lot of characters is I would draw them like this, where... Okay, that's that. Boop, 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 boop. is I would have the cylinders, but I wouldn't account for this point right here. And instead, I'll just have it to where it would come down and then whoop, like that. When it should come down like whoop, or sorry, be like whoop. Slight more. Not exact like that. Slight more. Not exact. That's not exact shape. It's more curved, but you get my point, though. You get my point. Let's see. And also we find that this here follows that line, which also, actually, if you look at the, typically when you're doing like low angle, you always have this sort of shape here, where everything's kind of up here. Well, actually, that's the 3-point perspective, actually, because there'd be a point up here, somewhere up here, that these lines are following. So if we go over to this one, is it following that shape? Well, god damn it, let me fucking sketch here. Actually, I'll make another sketch. It's gonna be my measure sketch. So originally I had the back torso something like that. So not exact. So yeah, this part of the chest needs to be pushed out. And also it's not following here. Hold on, let me go back to this one. Well, technically it's like to her side. It's like around here. Right? Something like that. Although you probably can't see her other breast or other side of her chest. It's hard to tell if it's like a full side view or if it's like 3/4. It's hard to tell because you also have her fucking leg is in the way. So I do think, yes, we do need to push the chest inwards a little more to kind of get to that little angle pointing up towards a perspective. Actually, let's do this. Here's what we'll do. I'll just put a little line here and have everything point towards that. At least the overall shape needs to point towards that. Oh, also, when you look at the leg real quick. So, if we look at the leg is... I'm gonna get another layer here. Actually, we already do. Okay. So, this leg is... Now, again, unfortunately, it doesn't have the bottom, so it's hard to tell for the reference here. This leg is almost the entire body. Is this leg almost the entire body? Let's see. Actually, even just the top part, just this part here, not even the whole leg. This part is actually, even this is wrong because this is just the upper shin. So that could be also what I'm doing wrong because over here we have just the very top of the pelvis here, and we have basically almost the entire shin there, or the middle shin up. My middle shin's up here, and her bottom pelvis is way down here when they should be equal. I'm going to bed. Have fun, everyone. All right, Toodles out. Good to have you here, lovely. It's good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. So maybe if I... Okay, let's do a little bit of, Maybe if I take... Let's do a little experiment. Let me do another frame so I don't have to worry about messing it up. So let's take... So what we need to do is first, we need to get this equal to where it should be. So let's grab this and the foot as well. Because again, I think what's also confusing me is I don't see the lower part of the body. Also, I would like to not touch these perspective lines, but it's whatever. Technically, it'd be like right here. Somewhere right here, assuming this foot was accurate, which it probably isn't. Actually goes off. Actually, no, it doesn't go off screen. Actually, that's not too bad. So this here would have to be adjusted. And it comes back this way. So hold on, it comes here, just a little slight S-curve like that. And then, there obviously you would be able to see the other leg. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I think what I'm going to do with the other leg is going to be something like this. Something like that, being very rough with it. You know, and then you get the typical shape there. However I end up doing it, there's a way to do it. But we're not going to worry about that right now. That's not important. And now the torso, because as we determine this part of the body, due to perspective, so let me double check that. It's about to shin a little bit further. Yeah. So this part of the body should be bigger. It's a copy and paste, damn it. Should be bigger than the rest of this body, and it's not. So this actually needs to be shrunk. Now, this is a big problem with pixel art. Is that it is very hard if you have to resize things. It's very annoying. Luckily, we are in early phases. However, this is also why when I used to do big pixel art like this, I would blob it in. I don't do pure line. You do want to do lines, but I also blob it in. Because when you blob it in, it's very easy to move and resize things early on in pixel art. With high resolution, not low resolution. You don't do this with low resolution. At high resolution, it's easier to resize things. Because you can easily fix it, and the doubles don't matter as much, except for, like, the very specific curves. So what we're going to do... Actually, I think what we can do, instead of making the top smaller, we could make the bottom bigger. But I'd be worried about going outside the canvas, is what I'm a little worried about. Well, we'll do it. Let's see how it looks. So we have multiple different frames. So let's grab this here. And we're just going to make the bottom bigger. Actually, before I do that, let me get rid of these stupid heads. Okay. I might still have to make the top a little smaller. It definitely does seem off to me. Because again, perspective as well as other things. So bring this up a little bit. Look bigger. Now it's going to look very fucking janky due to various reasons. Okay, it's getting there. Okay, I'd have to make... no. The leg looks fine. Okay, let's... I like it because it comes out better. But... I just make... What if it's just the leg? It's not really the pelvis itself. Well, hold on, let me do some measurements here. Look at the reference here. So this reference is about... Or sorry, her back from her bottom... Let's see, compared to her head. So, actually, her head might also be very small. Dude, my proportions are way fucking out of whack here. They're way out of whack. Well, here, let's try this. Let's make the torso smaller instead. Yeah, we'll make the torso... Or we just pull the torso down a little bit. Actually, I think that might be... Let's see. Let me go ahead, since we're doing that, let's just go ahead and do the rest of her. No. No. Alright, hold on. Let's grab her leg. Maybe I might be able to work with this. Hold on. Erase that part. That might actually be it. Or at least part of it. There's still more I had to adjust. That might be partially it. Okay. But we have to consider for the torso. Effective here. You know, I'm going to have to do this offline. Thanks for visiting. I wanted to try this out later. I had some practices to do.